What's up, y'all? Roly Poly from the Zeus Network and Baddies, East, South, West, North, wherever, is getting surgery, and I am genuinely concerned. Are y'all ready to jost this right quick? Let's jost.
Come on, Blazer.
It's the beat for me.
Wah 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we are.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Voodoo back with a quick little joke, and today we talking about Roly Poly. I don't know if y'all are unfamiliar with her. Roly Poly is a girl that I actually like. I actually like Roly. I've liked Roly from the beginning. She seems like she's real. She's down to earth. She's a loyal chick. She comes from the network Zeus, the Zeus network. She actually is a cast member on the series Baddies. That's done by Natalie Nunn from Bad Girls Club. And basically, Roly is the big girl of everybody that's always there. Like, Roly is a big girl, and you can look at the pictures and see that, right? Neither here nor there. Rolly has decided to go on Instagram and on social media and share with the world that she wants to do a BBL, and she's gonna do a BBL. She even started this process with doing weight loss shots, some other things, and just to kind of get her weight down a little and make the procedure a little bit safer, right? So Rolly sharing this whole journey with her fans, with everybody on social media, and immediately before we get into what I came up here to talk about as far as Masika, I was concerned. And I was only concerned because Rolly, even though she has lost some weight, does not have the correct BMI or the proper BMI to have the surgery done. And this is not hating. This is not shaming. This is not none of that. I'm genuinely, I'm sorry, afraid for her health, for her health after, you know what I mean, this procedure. So immediately I go, well, okay, what makes her want to explore this option? Like, why would Rolly want to do something so drastic without putting in the work? And then I had to go to myself and say, well, in this day and age, everybody wants instant results. Nobody wants to do the work. I know I'm one of those people. It is not with surgeries or anything because I've never had them, but that's just typical of humans these day and age. We want to do everything and get it done like a snap of a finger. We don't want to have to put in the work. We don't want to have to sweat. We don't want to have to do any of those things. We just want to like magically wake up and it's done, right? So with Rolly, it made sense that she would want a BBL, especially given the fact that she's in entertainment. Being in entertainment, I already know being a big girl in regular life, real life with normal people is hard because I used to be a big girl. But especially when you got cameras on you and everybody around you got BBLs, everybody around you is like, hourglass shaped. People call you the big girl out of everybody just simply because you're big. And Rolly is not like just a regular big girl. She's a bigger girl. You know what I mean? And I understand the pressure that is on Rolly because Rolly probably feels like she stick out like a sore thumb every time she's with the girls, when she go on appearances, all this stuff. And this is the weirdest part, right? She has fans. I'm a fan of hers, and I'm not a fan in the sense of like I'm a follow her or anything like that. I enjoy Rolly. I think Rolly is a nice person. You know what I mean? As far as what I see from the TV and the internet, she seems like she's a cool person, but I feel like Rolly has a fan base that accept her for who she are, for who she is. I'm sorry, but the counteracting of that is you still have the people who are going to call her the fat girl. You still have people who are going to be like, oh, she's the big girl. Oh, she has these issues. Look at how big she is. Look at, even when she's fighting the other girls, I don't know if y'all watched the episodes in the last recent season, but the girl Stunner Girl literally spent the entire time, every time she got into it with Rolly or the other girl, Biggie, calling them fat snuffleupagus, just all the fat shaming, digs that people take. I know I done heard a few of them back in my day when I was a big plush girl. You know what I'm saying? But she took the time to really drag Rolly and Biggie every single time when it came to her weight. Now, I get it. They fighting. You know what I mean? You're going to say the worst things because you want to tear the other person down. However, in Rolly's defense, of her doing this and making this decision, I feel like she's probably in a world that we are not accustomed to because we're not celebrities or have any sort of like fame, whether it be social media or TV or whatever the case may be. But she is in a world that literally shuns away girls who look like her. I was thinking back to Nicki Minaj too. Nicki Minaj did an interview years ago, and they asked her why she got her implants or her butt done or whatever she got, and the surgery she got. She said because when Wayne and them would be in the studio, they would always have these girls that were like bad, like super bad, and basically she didn't get attention from the guys, so she felt like she had to do something to fit in, and she did. So she went and got the surgery. And I'm paraphrasing, y'all. Please don't quote me, but it's something to that effect. Is what she was saying is why she got the surgery. What a lot of people don't realize is a lot of these girls go back and regret the surgeries later, but we'll get into that a little later. Nevertheless, I completely understand Rollie's desire to want to look a little bit more normal to the eyes of the people that she's around, and kind of like blend in. Nobody wants to stick out. Most people don't want to stick out. So I totally get that. And I'm also pro-choice as for, what you want to do with your body as a woman. I will never tell a woman what she should or should not do. Whatever you choose to do with your body, I am pro-choice of that. Go girl. If it makes you feel better, then I'm all for it. However, in this situation, Rollie is a bigger girl. I don't know how much Rollie weighs. I honestly don't know. I never even took time to figure that out. But if I'm just looking at Rollie and I'm gauging it off her size, Rollie looks to be upwards 200 to 300 pounds. And again, this is not to bash Rollie. This is not to put Rollie down. This is not even to judge Rollie. I'm literally just trying to make a point here, right? So, okay, Rollie looks to be in the upwards of 200 to 300 pounds. The thing is, when you go into any surgery, really, it's high risk when you're overweight. Most of Americans are overweight, number one. Let me start and say that. But when you're morbidly obese, the risks for surgeries are much higher. So with Rollie being the size that she is, and I don't know how much weight she lost, but I can go and say that from what I've seen on the photos that she had posted, it wasn't a lot. But from the weight that Rollie probably is now, let's just say she's 250 pounds. Her BMI is going to be too high for surgery, not because they don't want to do it. Well, the risks are high. And you probably are asking yourself, okay, what the hell is a BMI? Because I think most people don't understand BMI and what it is. All right, y'all. So this right here is a BMI chart. BMI just basically stands for body mass index, and it basically it's supposed to judge your body fat per your height and your weight, right? So we all have a height and we all have a weight. Well, our weight, like for me, I'm 5'5", 170, 175 or something. 175 last time I checked, child. It might be a little bit more. But anyway, according to this, at 5'5", and you can look at this 5'6", and I'll go to the 5'6", because I don't see a 5'5". At 170, I'm at a 27 body fat, right? But if I go to 180, I'm at a 29. Now, the risks go from moderate, which would be the yellow, all the way to like this pink looking color, and then this orange, and then red is when you get into like the oh my God, what the hell are you doing? You too big, basically, according to doctor standards, right? And let me just say something too as well. This BMI chart was created way back in the day. I'm talking about like way back in like the early 1900s, and it was used as a model based on white people, not black people, because black people, we got a little bit more on us, you know what I'm saying? But the standard was used against white people, so it's not going to be the same. Our diets aren't the same. The way we act, the way we live, the way everything we do is different, so it's not going to be the same. However, this is what we got. So now I decided to pull up the definition of BMI and just kind of read it in some of the risks when you're undergoing surgery, right? So it says BMI is the relationship between your height and weight, and is expressed, as a number. BMI is used to determine whether a person is a healthy weight for their height. The ideal range for BMI is from 20 to 25. A BMI over 25 is termed as being overweight, and over 30 is termed as being obese. There can be a higher risk of surgical and anesthetic complications if you have a BMI over 30. If you lose even 5 to 10% of your weight, this could reduce some of the risks associated with anesthesia. Please ask your GP for advice on safe weight loss programs. If you are over a certain BMI or have a particular health problem, your GP may be able to refer you to a free exercise program. This article then goes on to name some of the risks that comes along with high BMIs during surgical procedures that you have to use anesthesia for, which would be a BBL, whether it's a local anesthesia or whatever the case may be. And the first one is DVT, deep vein thrombosis, or blood clots in your veins. I don't think I have to explain that. Blood clot in your veins is a big thing, because if blood can't flow freely through your body, it can cause stoppages, heart attacks, and all kinds of other things. Other risks associated would be breathing problems, low oxygen levels, complication with pain relief, and recovery after general anesthetic. So the biggest concern for me when it comes to Rollie, to be completely honest, is those side effects, right? So often girls are being deleted. I'll just say that when it comes to these BBLs. And this place that's doing Rollie's BBL, to me, is very irresponsible. Everybody in America, at least for the most part, typically won't touch a surgery of that magnitude on a person who has the weight on her that Rollie has, right? But for some odd reason, this place called Goals, you know what I mean? I don't know, Goals Plastic Surgery or whatever the case may be. They're agreeing to do it in the surgery, and not only to do it, but to film it on Zeus Network, right? So these are the shots that are advertised on this Goals Plastic Surgery website on Instagram. It actually has over 1 million followers. And, that spoke a lot to me, but we'll get into that in a second. But these are the shots that they are advertising. You get 1 month supply for $600. Listen, I'm not sure how healthy this is. I'm not
for
sure
my
how
shot.
This is.
It is for weight loss for me to have my surgery. Made supposed for Go Surgery. They hooked me up with this weight loss juice. So today is my second week, and I will be doing the shot again. So we're going to clean the area as I did last time,
like when she started her
and then we're going to sip.
And Rollie is basically online just promoting this whole shot thing. So now I go click on the doggone post on Instagram for the Goals Plastic Surgery, and there are so many girls in the comments that are just like, oh, I gotta get it. We'll touch on that in a second as well. But this is her practicing her journey, or not practicing, but this is Rollie on her journey for her weight loss. Now, I do think that it's a good thing that they made her lose some weight, you know what I mean, prior to surgery. But do I believe that they made Rollie lose enough weight to where the health risks and concerns would not be as grave as they are for a woman her size? Absolutely not. I went on TikTok, I went on Instagram, I went on Twitter. Everybody's saying this Goals place is horrible. A lot of people had, bad experience with money and all this other stuff. But even botched surgeries as well. I'm sorry. But it's just like they're basically warning her, hey, girl, don't do it. Don't go to this place. Some girls are saying don't go to this place. Some girls are just like, don't do it at all because, you're perfect the way you are. Or some girls are just basically saying that, hey, we're concerned. Which brings us to Masika Kalia, whatever her name is. So now Masika jumped into the shade room or whoever posted that Rollie was having the surgery, and she said, wait, this ain't safe or smart. Your BMI got to be under a certain number to safely perform this in most cosmetic procedures. It's supposed to be between 18 and 25. Girl, don't risk it, boo. And what the F doctor would perform this procedure on her? Shake my head. Well, fans in Rollie immediately felt like she was hating, right? Simply because in these days and time, you cannot even give a person actual good advice that'll help them. People automatically assume you hating, right? So internet goes wild and was like, oh, Masika, whatever your name is, you need to shut up, mind your business, blah, 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 blah. So Rollie saw it and responded and said, first off, be the fuck quiet. You don't know what you're talking about. My BMI for my size was beyond good, and I am beyond healthy, and I have lost weight. My procedure was great, and I got the results I was looking for, and I am not done. Worry about you and your life. You must got a lot of misery. Masika goes on to say, girl, shut your dumb ass the F up. I was being nice, actually, genuinely concerned for your foolish ass. I don't give a F what your BMI is. It ain't under the number that the damn board of plastic surgery stipulates, but bitches want to risk dying for a goddamn BBL. You salty as F on live. I'm trying not to curse y'all for a free procedure broadcasting your business to the whole world with 1 million people commenting, but you only big mad at my comment. If you don't want anyone to be concerned for your health, opt to pay next time and don't tell the whole world. Shake my effing head. Everybody in this universe can comment, but they get tight as F when Sika says something. Rollie responds, not even addressing the girl having genuine concerns, and says, "This is what happens when your network not claiming you no more. Jobless and baby daddy, let's do better. Work on your life, then come holler at me. Until then, shut the F up." Now, here's a clip of Rollie getting her procedure done. She went to Instagram Live to show everybody that she was getting her procedure done with the Zeus network cameras in the background. Y'all take a look at this, and I'll come right back with further commentary.
Just here to let y'all know that I am now starting my surgery. It's been, what, like 30 minutes now, and I feel amazing still. I'm under the local anesthesia, so there's no pain. I just feel like a tiny bit of pressure and a little burn, of course. But other than that, I'm very, very, very awake, aware. I feel good. I've been laughing, smiling, talking. Honestly, I feel like this is the best. I feel like I rather would have stayed awake than to go to sleep. So y'all stay tuned because we can. And you can give them a little tiny preview of the belly.
So y'all, I didn't want to play the actual, like, because she kind of showed where they were doing the lipo on her belly. I didn't want to play that because I didn't know if YouTube would flag it or not. But that was Rollie getting her procedure. I'll say this, one thing for sure is it's very problematic for people to put things out to the public and then get upset when people have something to say about it. Secondly, Masika was 100% right. And I don't really care for Masika, to be honest. She's annoying sometimes, but she was absolutely right. She was genuinely concerned and trying to help Rollie, but Rollie already has her mind made up and there's no talking her down at this point. Not to mention, Rollie said that her BMI is at where it should be, and that is false. I showed y'all the doggone chart. At Rollie's size and her height, there's no way that her BMI is at a good place. Let's say for all intents and purposes, Rollie is about, let's say she's 5'10", 240, because this one only goes to 240, right? At 5'10", you can see that on the bottom right, or bottom left, I'm sorry. At 5'10" and 240 pounds, if you look down to 240, that's a 35 BMI, right? I seriously doubt that her BMI is good. Matter of fact, I'm just going to go out and say her BMI is not where it needs to be, period. Rollie then goes on in another clip after she finished her procedure to clap back at Masika. And I'm going to let y'all listen to that, and I'll come right back with further commentary and something from a doctor.
And I get on Instagram because, I really was responding to my fans that was wishing me luck and wanted to see my results. And I just happened to get on Instagram and I see flopping ass, no job having ass, no career job having ass, no nothing having ass, weird ass motherfucking Masika, list having ass Masika talking shit. Like, why do people from different networks worry about what other people from different networks are doing? Bitch, you ain't said nothing to me. I don't know you. You don't know me. Why are you speaking up on my ass? Why are you speaking up on my motherfucking BMI? Why are you speaking up on my tummy tuck? Why are you speaking up on anything? So, what for people don't really understand is, and they might not believe it, but I am a fucking healthy ass big girl. Everything, I done went to the doctors, twice, 3 times before I got this surgery to even make sure that I was healthy enough to do it, to make sure that my size and my height and everything was great. Everything was great. I was approved for the procedure, not just by Goals, but by my own doctor as well. So it's like, I feel like people just be trying to push because it's like, y'all bash me for being a big girl, and then as soon as I want to make body changes, here come a motherfucker trying to bash me. Here go a motherfucker trying to bash me for changing my life. Exactly. Miserable ass bitch. Your baby daddy don't want you, hoe. Go find a new niche, cause fucking with me ain't it. I don't give a fuck how crazy you are. Bitch, I will beat your motherfucking ass. As soon as this ass is done healing, let me run into you, Masika, from VH1. Stay the fuck out of Zeus business, bitch.
So that was her take on how she felt about Masika stepping in her business, right? And was so alarming here is the fact that she took those words as Masika bashing her, and Masika was not bashing her. That's just what it is. She literally was giving you some sound good advice. But people take it as hate. People take, if you disagree with people in 2023, you automatically are either straight completely opposite of them. You're the devil, you a hater, you all of this, right? And it's not really the case. Sometimes people just genuinely are concerned, because I know I am. I don't know Rollie from a can of paint, but I would hate to see something happen to her behind plastic surgery. And we see these girls go through this all the time. This is not nothing new. Girls are unaliving or deleting from plastic surgery all the time, right? Rollie also made mention that the Goals Plastic Surgery Facility, also her primary care physician, approved her for the surgery. And this is what we have to take into effect, especially as Black women, when it comes to the medical and the healthcare profession. They do not care about us, right? So just because a person has on a white coat doesn't mean that they have your best interest at heart. Any doctor that literally approved her for this surgery is out of order. Now, I know she did anesthesia where she wasn't she didn't go to sleep. She was actually awake during the procedure, which looked really eerie to me. But nevertheless, it's still nothing that I would recommend to a patient, knowing the risks, especially with her BMI being what it probably is. And again, I don't know it, but I just feel like it is not in her best interest to get a surgery this invasive at this weight and size. A lot of people were suggesting that Rollie just go ahead and do the sleeve, the gastric sleeve, or do a bypass or something like that. Lose the weight, get healthy, get in the gym. You know what I mean? And things will work out better for you when it comes for your results as far as your surgery. But Rollie is not hearing none of that. She immediately goes into attack mode, defense mode, and it's automatically, I'm gonna beat your ass, Masika. Now, granted, I wouldn't care if she beat Masika's ass, because I don't really care about Masika. But in this particular ass whooping, Rollie, this would not be the right one. The girl really didn't do anything, bad or negative. Now, granted, y'all had words afterwards because the energy was off. Understandable, but she literally didn't do anything to you to make you feel like you have to throw hands and feet on the girl, okay? So anyway, let's get into this clip I found on TikTok. There's a doctor, a Black female doctor, who was talking about the risks of BMI and surgery and everything. I'll let y'all hear her take, and then I'll come back with my final commentary.
Get rid of stubborn areas, small areas. Now, fast forward to 2022, clients or surgery centers, ambulatory surgery centers, are taking on clients with higher BMI. This is a no-no. Number one is poor diet and lifestyle habits. So they're not going to have good post-op results, and also they have clogged lymph nodes, are probably constipated. This is a number of things that are going wrong with this picture. So number one, this client does have a lot of loose skin, as you can see, as she lays on the table, which means that as the surgeon is taking out these mounds of fat, which is called debulking, because she's not contouring, this is called strictly debulking fat, and using the maximum amount of fat that you can take out in an office setting is about 4 to 5 liters, depending on the setting. And sometimes if you go to the hospital, you can get a lot more because you're monitored overnight. Now, as I said the last video, when you take out these fat cells, your body now has this open space that is going to create inflammatory fluid or lymphatic fluid to fill that void. So with this being said, gravity is not on her side. So all of that fluid that's now being created is going to go to an area which will be her lower stomach, her flank area. It's going to sit there, and typically if you don't have proper post-op care, you will start to harden. It will feel like she's literally carrying a cement or bricks around the area that she had liposuction. So for this, I would recommend, number one, if you have a higher BMI, please commit to diet and exercise first. If that is not working for you, you can always do a weight loss program to help with that. And we offer that at Gray Aesthetics. It's called semaglutide, and in combination with diet and exercise, it can help you lose anywhere between 8 to 20 pounds a month. Then that's when you go to your favorite plastic surgeon and have your surgery. I hope this helps, but again, this is a poor candidate for doing this awake liposuction. This is not what it was intended for. Please do your research and stay away from surgery centers that will be okay with doing higher BMIs. Lose the weight first and you'll see better results. Thank you for listening. Bye.
So now, quick disclaimer, that was not Rollie on the table. That was actually just another female doctor or physician giving her take on higher women, well, women with higher BMIs, I'm sorry, that go and get these surgeries, right? Now, again, that wasn't Rollie, but it could necessarily just be her because that woman on the table and Rollie has the same sort of physique, right? And it's so unfortunate that Rollie is in a world where she has to basically alter her body in order to fit in order for her mental health and everything else to be okay. The most concerning thing about what the doctor said was how when the fat is removed from those places and she has loose skin, basically it'll just fill up with some fluids that can turn into hard and feel like concrete or cement or whatever the case may be. And the uncomfortableness of that and everything. And not to mention the most important part, the diet and exercise. I get it. She said she did the shots, which is kind of like a lazier way to lose weight. I'm not saying that she shouldn't have done it, but I'm just saying it is a lazier way to lose weight. And typically what happens in those situations, women who get these surgeries, they end up hurting themselves because they don't have the mentality to keep up with the diet and exercise portion after that. Because listen, surgeries are only like the starting point. You literally still have to work out. And I don't know if people notice that or know that when they go and get these surgeries. And this is why you see a lot of women bodies are really shaped badly right now, because they go get these surgeries, don't put in any work, and basically your body is going to protect itself. So what is it going to do? Put fat or deposits or fluids in places that it shouldn't be. It's just literally the body trying to protect itself, right? So I think in Rollie's situation, if she had lost a significant amount of weight, she would have then been able to have a system with how she eats and how she works out and all this stuff that she can then carry on forward post-op, if it makes sense, right? But her not having that and just having those shots, it's going to create a problem for her in the long run. I'm praying for Rollie. I really don't want nothing bad to happen to Rollie. I'm hoping that all this surgery stuff goes well. Again, we've seen so many women being deleted after surgeries, just simply because of poor medical attention and poor physicians, to be honest, because like the doctor said, she would question any center that would do this surgery on a woman of that size. And Rollie is a girl of the plus size community. So again, wasn't to bash Rollie. This wasn't to bash plastic surgery. Again, like I said, y'all go get all the surgeries you want. Whatever makes you feel better as a woman, I am here for it. I am rooting for it, but I'm only saying to do it safely. That's it. And again, who am I? I ain't nobody to tell nobody what to do. I just wanted to give my take on it. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all think. Is Rollie BMI an issue to y'all? Do y'all feel like it's just like people hating on Rollie? Or do y'all think that Masika and other people are really genuinely concerned? Because I know, to be honest, I truly am. I just don't want to see nothing happen to the girl behind no plastic surgery. But anyway, y'all, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you hoes later. Bye.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.